Welcome to Dungeon Damsels, the Sorority of Madness.
Oh!
Hi! Welcome to the Sorority of Madness. New location.
New location.
I'm house sitting.
Oh yeah, my neighbor's whole sorority jacket.
Okay, so last time you guys entered.
Oh wait, you keep doing this. We need to do our little plug thing, right?
Our
Little
plug!
spotlight.
I'm
Little
hold on.
spotlight.
Kristen,
Hold on.
it's on you.
I do have a plug then. So I have a friend. His name is Steven.
I don't want to call it a plug. It sounds pretentious.
Okay, well yeah, we'll call it a spotlight.
Spotlight. That's right.
I like-
so
yeah.
this is a spotlight on my friend. His name is Steven. He's an artiste, and recently he just got finished making a demo for a visual novel of his that he created all by himself. All the artwork, all the story. There's even a battle system in there. It's a visual novel. It's called Lordless. Lordless. It's a very spooky thing, and I was not prepared to describe what it actually was. I just know the main character's name is Riot.
Where can you watch it? Or
You can. It is pay what you want to download. It's on itch.io. I put a link to it.
okay, I'll put
Yeah,
a,
we'll put it in
a
the-
link
I'll go find it
in
again.
the description.
And there's a nice, cool picture that goes with it too. Let me go and read the description. You can probably cut out my rambling. Post-op. Alright, the story of Riot Felmer, a loathsome excuse of a man who tries his best but still manages to ruin everything he touches. Join him in a journey through the small kingdom of Dusk Ridge in a world infected by plague and war, and the only saving grace being a medicine that can only be deemed a double-edged sword.
Literally.
So this is just a demo. He's still working on the whole project there, but it looks really cool, and I'm really excited.
Nice.
And I gave him money for it.
Yay.
You're welcome, Steven.
Cool. Alright, now, summary. Last time, you guys found yourselves in the city of Gundrick. You spent the night over at Jupa's bunkhouse, had some dinner, had some funky dreams.
Oh, funky.
Talking spirits.
I didn't dream. I just
Luna
reminisced.
met with her unicorn patron. I guess is that what you call it?
I guess so. I was just thinking unicorn god.
Unicorn god? That's not technically a patron.
Yeah.
It's a warlock. Okay. And then Ellie had a dream with, where she met a mysterious red-haired woman pleading for help. And Keontae had a nice little flashback with Rahim.
Rahim. Rahim.
And Tarina, was it last time you saw a little glimpse of your patron?
Yeah.
Yeah, she caught a little glimpse of her patron.
The first time.
For the first time, saw a mischievous smile that said, patience.
Yay.
So now and then, let's see, Luna went to the message center and sent a message to her mom and her dad. And then we ended about there. So you guys are in the magic quarter of the city. And now, what do you want to do?
I think we overheard something.
Yeah, we
Well,
heard
yeah.
about it. Oh.
Oh yeah, so walking by, there's just, it appears to be a couple of students, as there is a research institute in this quarter, whispering to themselves, rather loudly, because you can hear it. Did you hear about the murder?
There was a murder?
Why are they whispering? I feel like everyone should know there was a murder.
And then they, are you running after them? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm running
You're
out.
running, okay, so Ellie runs after
Ellie,
them.
no!
I got big ears. I can hear a lot.
So the two students
Flowers
stop,
are getting stuff from
and they're both two women who are, we'll say they're both human and rather young, like, 18-ish. And they're like, oh, there was a woman who was murdered last night, or early this morning, really, and it was down in the residential area by the beach.
They're telling this to a child.
She's only 16,
Oh.
so she's 2 years younger.
Okay, but still.
I mean,
She looks so small in the artwork.
she
Sorry.
does.
She's just very petite.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
She's
That's all we know.
Travel size for
The
everything.
guard's trying to keep it pretty hush-hush, but
Why?
because there was a murder.
But that's good for people to know that there is a murderer out there, so that we know to look for him and to avoid him.
Well, we don't run the guard zone. Yeah.
Well, your guard is stupid.
I mean, you're not wrong. But if you're interested, it was in the southern part of the residential district, off of the I don't know, the main river, I guess, is what it would be called. Off the main river. It was in front of, what was it like? She looks to her friend, she's like, isn't it that yellow house? Yeah, I think it was yellow. It's really easy, it's really easy to spot.
Do you know who was murdered?
I've only seen her in passing, but she had red hair.
I turn to the side and go,
What is it? What's wrong?
Are you okay?
it's the same, it's probably the same person I saw in my dream.
A dream?
Yeah, I had a dream of a woman with red hair, a half-elven woman,
Oh my.
at a yellow beach house.
They look at, basically a timepiece on their watch, and they're like, oh, we're really sorry, but we gotta go to class.
They look at the wrist. So I gotta go.
No, they have, there's an actual, timepiece.
Oh, okay.
So they have, it's like...
A big old sundial.
So, no, it's actually, a strap, and then, a little orb pops up. That's the...
Ooh,
And then it kind of goes back down.
that's cool.
And so they go off to their classes. What do you guys want to do?
What kind of dream was this, Ellie?
Well, I don't...
Yeah, what was it?
Give me a second, because this was 2 weeks ago. But I had a dream, and Luna was there too, and the spirits were leading me towards this yellow beach house with a red boat, and this woman with red hair was yelling for help.
Do you think this means something? I'm not familiar with prophetic dreams.
I mean, it sounds like this same person.
Yeah. That's very strange.
And if we're this close to the
That's when
coast,
you saw me, right?
yeah, you were there too.
And
But we split paths. You couldn't hear me.
that's when I saw my... And she said that I would be...
Saw who?
You saw your unicorn dog.
Yeah.
And she,
She declared me a vessel of vengeance or something.
yeah, she, tasked you with, finding someone who, had slain one of her followers, and tasked you with, basically killing that person as vengeance.
Okay.
No one crosses her.
Yeah. Fair.
I love that unicorn
Are you
though.
telling us this?
Not in so much detail.
Okay.
It's I think my unicorn god wants me to look into this.
Well, I suppose. I mean, do you need us
Does
to
she
go
have a
with
name?
you?
Well,
We did name her at some point.
The unicorn god?
My unicorn.
Chianti, you said you're on a pilgrimage to help people, right? I mean, I think a good thing to do is to stop a murderer, right?
I definitely think so.
Yeah,
Especially if
I'll
they
let-
might
I'll
kill
let you
again.
look.
Might have to look into this. I don't know.
Okay, so
Especially if it helps you out. And Luna too.
Turina, do you mind if we
Oh,
be detectives? And I
Milky?
Lucy?
What about your pipe?
Oh yeah, I bring out my pipe. And I'm like, we should be detectives. I don't have a magnifying
Yeah,
glass. I'm
mine
just
would
doing
be.
this.
I'll take off one of my rings and be like,
How do you pronounce it?
let's
I'll say
go.
my
We're gonna Nancy Drew this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chianti feels slightly like a babysitter right now, but we're gonna go. Is Adlanna with us too, or is she?
You're Nancy Drew, I murder she wrote.
I know she's Jackie's not here.
Jackie is not here. I don't remember. I think Adlanna did come with you, but
Yeah.
She's
But
following
she's probably
us.
left and now she's going back home to her husband.
I think the three of us were going to the
Library.
to the message place, and then you and Lana
Oh.
had gone to the library.
Yeah, that's where we were originally.
Alana got sucked
going.
into a book.
She's
Yeah.
Literally trapped in a magic book.
No.
That's my idea.
Like that. What's
okay,
the page
so
master?
I actually know how
Okay.
what I'm gonna do with Adlanna, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I wandered over to them when I heard
But
murder.
Yeah, we were in transit to the library, and then we heard about it.
Yeah.
okay, so we'll just go over to Adlanna real quick, who did go to the library.
Okay.
Oh,
And she's gonna saunter up to that desk and lean on it and say, you know, I could really use some books on... What would she even want to look
Murder.
I think she was gonna look
Demons.
at, look up the bag of holding to see exactly what it did.
for? She's like, do you have any books on the bag of holding? And the librarian's this, kind of like pleasantly plump, middle-aged dwarf woman. She's like, oh, honey, of course we do. I'll take you right over there. And she kind of squints and lowers her glasses. She's like, oh my, are you Adlanna?
She's just famous.
And Adlanna tosses her braid. She's like, why, yes, I am. And she's like, oh, honey, I have got to get you to a historian. And so she pitters off her little desk, runs into the library, and she's like, I wrote his name down. I wrote his name down.
Oh, you wrote his
The
name
historian.
down.
Hey, y'all, get up here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Let's see.
It stole my aunt.
We don't know that.
What?
My aunt.
Herbert, get over here. And this older gentleman with like it's a short beard that's a gray and speckled glasses. He comes over and he's like, what, Pania, what is it? And she's like, you'll never guess who came in. Yeah, Adlanna came in. And he's just like, oh my, Adlanna. I've been trying to get details on that event for who knows how long. And so he comes over and he's, why, you're Adlanna. She's like, yes, I am. He's like, I would love to get your first-hand account on your adventures. We've had many accounts, but quite frankly, we'd like to hear it from you. And she's like, well, I suppose I could tell you. He's like, please, come with me. Well, I have an office here at the Research Institute. And she's like, well, I'd be happy to go with you. And so he
leave for 3 months.
So he leaves, and she goes with him.
And then she's gonna
she
get a
comes
book
over to
published
Tarina
about her.
and says, I'm gonna... What would she say?
I'm gonna go get a book published.
I got a thing.
Probably something to the extent of, I gotta go do something.
I gotta
Stay with these people. You'll be safe.
Stay with these people. Oh. I gotta go do something. Stay with these people. They seem to be capable of keeping you safe. I'll meet you back at Chupa's later. Alright.
Meet a Judas. Off she goes.
So she's gone.
Okay. Thank you, Adlanna.
Back
Oh
to-
wait, there's a murder.
I'm sure you guys can handle a murderer.
I'm a murderer.
We did just fine. Excellent. Okay.
Well, I guess Alana's just leaving.
She'll be back.
We'll just find her again at Jupa's when we have the time. So, if we need to go take a look into this, we gotta find our way down the main river to that house.
Yeah. Do we want to go to the library first, or
The library
go
is right
to the-
there.
I forgot why I wanted to go to the library, frankly.
I know why I want to go to the
I
library.
think you wanted to look up monk stuff.
I might want to look up my likey
Oh yeah, okay.
stuff.
Licky, hide,
I drew a
Does this remember?
Aw.
Aww.
Oh, you drew
Is that
That's
the-
the library.
Is that the library? Aw.
That's the library.
There's a fountain.
Yes, there's a fountain.
Yay.
So are you going to the library or are you going straight to the murder scene?
Let's go. We should go to the library, right? We're just right here.
Is the
But
it depends
there-
on the methods that the guards use with it, because they might have it like sectioned off with.
But I feel like we should go to the crime scene. It's still fresh.
Because we know that the library is going to be there at the end of the day.
That's true.
I completely
The
agree.
house could blow up.
That's possible.
That
Hide
may
evidence.
that okay, yeah,
The
sure.
library could blow up
Houses
too,
are
but-
prone to explode. I'm just blowing bubble.
Those sort of houses are
Maybe we
bullshit.
can go to the library on our way back to find Alana again after Rajupa's. Something like that.
Yeah, do that.
Another
Okay.
masterful deduction.
Thank you, Ellie.
Is it making bubbles? Like
Yeah, it's making
Very
bubbles.
big bubbles.
Cool. Alright, so you guys going to the residential
Aw.
district?
Yes.
Cool. So let's say you guys manage to procure a boat, and then you go down to the residential district, and you were told it was at the beach, so you go down the river that is straight. Yeah, that's just a straight shot to the beach. And then Yeah, that's where it is. So you look over to your right, and you see a yellow house. Well, it's more of like a yellow apartment
Does it
townhouse thing.
look exactly like in my dream?
Yes, it does. You see the yellow brick house. It sits pretty much like there's beach and then just house. It's right there, and then you look over at the beach, and moored on the beach is a little red boat.
This is just like in my dream. There's the red boat that was in my dream too.
Is anyone around? Like any guards?
Yes, you see there are guards posted by the door, and there appears to be this another dwarf who is... He's dressed differently than the guards, but he still has like a little like an armband of like authority that has like the guard symbol on it. And he is jotting down he's just jotting down stuff in his notebook. And he looks up and over and he's like, "Hey you, I'd like to ask you some questions." He kind of like scuffles over to you guys.
Oh!
To us.
Scuffles over to you guys. And
Roll for initiative.
roll for it.
All right.
Do you guys want to describe him?
Ooh.
All of you roll a 6.
Oh, a D6.
D6, yeah.
Do I get guidance?
No.
2.
2.
5.
3.
Okay, Michael, you get to describe it.
So this is like a dwarf?
Yes,
Kinda like-
the base, there's a basis you have to go off of because I named him a certain way, but
Okay.
he is a Maori dwarf.
Maori dwarf.
Yeah. So he's dark skinned.
Is he like the head of the guard or like...
Does he have a southern accent?
No. He appears to be more of like the brains behind the guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
He
so...
well actually he'll come over and introduce himself and he's like, "The name's Tamari Munu. I'm the investigator of this murder."
Tamari
Munu.
Munu.
I'd like to ask you some questions about the murder that I'm sure you've heard about.
So, how I see him is... He's very much the detective type. He has like a big, long, kind of like trench coat.
Yes,
kind of like
in this,
thing.
this
which
warm
is,
environment.
yeah, it's a light trench coat.
Professional.
He's a true professional, and very much in like Maori kind of like fashion. He does have like tattoos like across his face. A big, thick kind of like beard with braids, a black kind of like
Black and bushy.
beard, and like it's a very wide brim hat.
Wide brim.
Yeah, to cover his face from the sun.
Oh, okay.
So he very much looks like those very like gumshoe kind of detectives, but dwarf like, and he has like a lot. I want to say he has like a lot of string of like braids, like, and they're all just like kind of clamped down with like clamps.
Yeah, metal clamp
Yeah.
for hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And like very hard chiseled face, very kind of like squint kind of like expression, like
Suspicious.
Yeah, like you look at him and like he like basically pulls out like an old cigar and like starts smoking it and he's just like, and has it like
Doesn't
pop.
have bubble belly.
And like
Can you take
his,
him seriously?
you know,
Well,
it
that's
looks
why I
like
have-
he's been up for a number of hours and doesn't get a lot of
well,
sleep.
that's why I have my fight. What's the situation?
Well, as I'm sure you know, because this town is full of gossips. There's been a murder that occurred last night.
I'm crossing my arms, trying to look very serious.
I've been
Pipe in my
questioning
mouth.
everyone who enters this area about what they know. Did any of you know this woman? He holds up the sketch of the red-haired woman.
Does she look just like the woman
Yes,
in my
she
dreams?
is. You look at it, Same lady from your dream.
Luna kind of gives you like a look, like don't do it, like that. The one that you know is the don't do it look.
Yeah.
I look at her and I really want to do it.
He sees you guys exchanging glances of like, and he's just like,
I
starts jotting stuff down.
did not see her.
So did you see her or did you not see her?
We just heard from some passing students that there was a murder, and we wanted to come look.
That's a pretty morbid interest you got there.
We
You
just
should have
wanted.
seen what we went through yesterday. It's not that morbid.
You don't tell us to be.
So can you confirm where were you last night?
We were at Drupa's.
Sleeping.
We were at one of the houses.
Drupa's house.
Yes.
One of the houses sounds too good.
So,
to tell the truth.
At one of the houses. Right.
I don't I
Like
do
in the
not
business
remember
district, right?
where she lived, or else I would give the information. Like, vague information.
Juba lived in one of the old guard houses.
Then I'd probably say, like, over
Okay.
by the old guard houses.
Oh, right. Minotaurs.
Yes, my.
Yeah.
What sort of murder was it? Like, what sort of thing should we be looking out for? Like, is it somebody like just like come up and decapitate the person, break into her house, or did like she take somebody into the house?
Kind of like aggressively flips the notebook and he's like, I don't really relay crime scenes to wandering investigators.
We're not wandering.
I'm not investigating. I want to know the crucial information so we can protect ourselves.
Look, all you need to worry about is not being alone at night. We're not sure about the motive.
Well, clearly she wasn't alone if she's killed by somebody.
Clearly she wasn't alone?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, somebody had to kill her.
Oh.
True.
If it's in her house, and like there's a decent chance that she had let him in herself, depending on her relationship to the person.
It's like, look, just keep your nose out of trouble. I don't want any other dead girls.
Other dead girls?
Yeah, there's one that's dead. I don't want you.
Yes. Sorry, I thought I heard it clear. I mean, let us know if you need help.
Would you prefer there were dead boys?
I prefer if there weren't any dead people on my
Watch?
Yeah, watch. On my watch.
So, Mr. Guard,
The name.
is there any clues? Any?
His name is Tamari.
It's Tamari.
Munu.
It gives you like the stankest eye and eyebrow raise. I'm not paid enough for this. Alright, look. He looks over to the other guards. It's just like, oh no, I'm doing this. But we're stretched thin as it is. If you guys want to do snooping, fine. Turns out I'll give you a lead. She worked at Lily's Coven, which is a little cafe up in the Magic Quarter. Come back here, tell me what you know. Might slip a little gold your way.
Ooh.
But only if you bring me something good. He covers his, he closes his book, which I need to reopen because it wasn't one. And he stuffs it into his jacket. He's just like, I'll be here. Or at the guard office. And he walks off and you see him blow off another long exhale of smoke.
Alright, well. Do you think that would be enough? Do you think we should follow what he said? To Lily's
Girls,
Coven?
I have a plan.
Ooh.
I think one of us should try to investigate the house. There'll probably be some choice clues in there.
I have an idea. I turn into a rat.
Yeah. She just poof.
Okay. How are you getting into the house?
I'm gonna look for like any sorts of cracks or openings, like a hole in the glass of a window, or like.
Okay. So make an
Alright.
investigation.
Yeah, tell us what you know, okay?
Alright. Wait, can I cast guidance on myself as a rat?
No.
Dang it.
Should half of us go and try to go to Lily's coven? Tarina, do you want to go with me to Lily's coven to see if we can follow whatever clues
12.
Detective Manu wanted? Or do you want to wait here?
Okay, so
I'll stay with Luna. Ellie, do you want to go to Lily's coven?
Or do you want to stay here with Luna?
We should wait for Luna to finish her investigation.
So Luna, you skitter around the edge of the bottom edge of the house, and it takes you a while because like it's brick, but you do like skitter around the outside and go all the way around, and then you find the kitchen window, which was actually broken, and then you like skitter up the wall, and you notice that the glass is broken in from the outside. So you imagine that this is how the perpetrator got into the house.
Okay.
You also notice that there appears to be blood on the glass, so like perhaps the perpetrator cut themselves as they were entering or exiting.
So they like went in without like gloves or something.
Yeah. And so you climb in, and the room is a mess. Like
There was a struggle.
There was a definite struggle.
Or she just lived a really bad life.
Well, from the looks of it, you know
Struggled with living a
you know
bad
the
life.
table is knocked over, and it was a very brutal murder.
Okay.
It was a definite overkill.
Overkill kill.
Overkill kill, yeah. Like judging by the amount of blood you see, this was an act of obsession or anger. And you go over and you see that there inside there are more guard investigators. Like they have what appears to be some sort of physician based on like the clothing she is wearing, and she is examining the body, and she says to her fellow investigator, these knife marks are strange. It must have been, I've never seen anything like it. It's clearly a knife, but it was part serrated and part
Blade?
just straight blade. It must have been a custom blade or something. And her partner is like, well, maybe we should look into custom blade makes, at the blacksmith maybe? She's like, it wouldn't hurt, but it'd be hard to track something like that down, And they just continue to, like, generally speak. You notice on the ground that, basically there's a lot of, like, skittering. Make another investigation check. Do another one.
And I want to say, while this is happening, I want to
4.
while this is happening, can I like pull Keontae aside and be like, we should try to distract the guards while Luna is investigating.
So they don't overhear her?
Exactly.
Okay. How do I distract the guards?
You look over, one's yawning. The other one's picking his nose.
I think they're plenty distracted.
Mission accomplished. Alright, back to
Okay, Luna, you notice that basically what I mentioned before, she put up a pretty big fight. You notice that there are defense wounds in her hands. She is dressed in her pajamas. So you can guess that she was either awake or was startled out of bed and then was confronted by her killer. Then you... Yeah, we'll say that's what you see. Do you want to do anything else?
Do I see anything else telling, such as like blood footprints or like?
Okay, yeah, you do see that there are footprints, that there's a blood pattern on the ground, and it appears that someone had stepped in it, but it didn't leave like a shoe mark, it left like a footprint mark. So this person was either wearing socks or barefoot.
Was it her?
Socks.
Was it or like it does look like it would have been hers.
With a 4 you can't tell.
Okay. All right. I feel like there's more I want to do. But there's always more I want to do.
There's always
There's always more.
Let's see, you can...
Hurry up, we can't distract the guards for long.
Alright, do one more investigation.
15.
Okay, so you get the sense that, alright, maybe you should investigate that window a little bit more. So you go over back to the window, and you,
The blood is actually blue.
yeah, you look up and you notice that, the neighbor's window is right across from her kitchen window. And, the neighbor, like, you look over and you see, like, just this man in that second floor window kind of just peering through the curtain and then, like, quickly shutting the curtain.
Was he involved, or did he see something?
You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, can I try to like read like get a little bit of just like his facial, like see like from his facial expressions, like does it look like he's like afraid? Does it look like he's just kind of like
Make an insight check.
He's super far away,
Right.
isn't he?
That would be
Are you still a rat through all this?
yes. So I don't get guidance.
Gotta use your rat stats.
Yeah. That's 15.
Okay, so he, you saw him for like a brief second pretty quickly, and he appeared to be, rather, unfazed by the whole event, but curious. And that was about it.
Okay. So he might not be involved, but he's a curious neighbor, or he saw something and he's like, okay, what was my neighbor getting into here?
Mhm.
Which we don't know. So, and since I'm at the window, that's probably the most I'm gonna get for now. Oh wait, were there any animals nearby, like a pet or like?
Oh, she, you sniff the air and you smell the cat.
How close is this cat?
From the scent you can tell that it is a female, and she is in the bedroom, and you are in the kitchen. So it's like a studio apartment,
Uh-huh.
and then, there's basically like, a living space, and then, upstairs there's a bedroom.
Okay. What else can I turn into? I can turn into a cat. I mean, they'll use all my wild shape for the day, but yeah, I'm just gonna be a cat. Just be a cat.
Okay, are you turning into a cat right there?
Yes. No, not in front of the people. I'm gonna go a little bit up like the stairs and then turn. into a
Okay,
cat.
make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yeah.
Rat stealth.
You are trying to sneak past. Can I get some D20? A D20. Okay, cool.
Hey, 16.
Not just 16, so 19.
Yes, you managed to just slip by
Nice.
unnoticed and go up the stairs. Okay, and we'll say like midway on the stairs, you turn to a cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you turn to a cat, and you.
Can I talk to cats as a cat?
No, can you?
I see why not,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah, we'll go for it.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah.
It would make sense that cats can talk to cats.
Yeah. Because I do have to speak with animals, but like if I'm already a cat,
That just means you can't speak.
with other animals.
It's okay, I guess.
Okay,
We
so
speak common.
you the door is shut, and on the
Oh!
other side, you hear the pacing of this other cat, and you hear her meowing. She's like, and because you're a cat, you can translate this meow, and she's just like, Corey, open the door.
So her name's Corey.
You can assume that her master's name is Corey. Yes.
I'm gonna like start like jumping. What sort of doorknob does it have? Like, is it like a swoopy one or like a knob one or?
We'll say it's probably a knob one, because that's generally what they are.
Scratch back or something.
We'll just be like, I'm trying, and then just kind of jump at the knob. And
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Oh.
You hear on the other side of the door, she's like,
18.
who are you? Okay, we'll start with an 18, you managed to open the door.
Okay.
Dang.
Door,
Glad my
cat
cat doesn't have your
paws.
stats.
Because you have your human knowledge, your half-elf knowledge of how doors work, as a cat,
Elves don't know how doors work.
True, that's the human part of it.
It's only humans.
you
They don't
open
have
the door.
doors. They have walkways.
Yes. On the other side is a orange tabby. She cocks her head and she's like, who are you? Did Corey get a new cat? I don't want her to get a new cat. She kind of like starts to hiss.
Corey's gone.
What?
Is Corey the girl who's living with you?
Yes.
She's dead.
Wow.
I'm so like good at this, guys.
No, she like bolts downstairs
Oh,
at this
no, I'm
news.
gonna cry. No, not the
And
cat!
she's just like,
Stop it, Tiffany, stop, you're making it worse. She's
Mournful
already
cries.
dead!
she goes over and like immediately goes to Corey and starts to like rub her face against Corey and pawing her.
Get blood all over herself.
I know, oh my gosh.
And then the investigators were like, oh no, come on, shh, cat. They try to like gently like push her aside.
Does she scratch him?
At first she doesn't, but they like start to like, then she does. And they're like, oh gosh, we got it. And
Bloodborne diseases.
one of the investigators does not catch her. The other one does not. So they're fumbling around this room trying to catch the cat. And eventually, like, they, one catches her and is holding her like this. So she's like, meow. And then the other investigator is just like, oh, we gotta get this body out. So they call in the other two guards. They drape the body with a cloth and then, wrap it up. And then with like we'll say it's black because if it was white, you'd see all the blood.
Yeah.
So they wrap her up and then carry her out. And the investigators are just like, what are we gonna?
Do I see any of the wounds? Because I probably followed her down the stairs. Like,
Yeah. So the
like where she stabbed, or like, is there a particular method designed?
Yeah, we'll say that you managed to see that, and before you would have been looking at the body, she was stabbed in the chest a
Okay.
number of times.
So it's not like it was like a carved and like a
No,
design.
it was-
It's just like
yeah.
psycho sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a violent stabbing.
Yeah.
And the investigators are just, what are we gonna do with this cat? And they're like, I don't know, just leave her right here for now. She's like, okay, I'm gonna give her some food though. So one of the investigators, like, after the door is shut, the second investigator puts up some cat food and then leaves. And then she kind of shuffles out the door, and Corey's cat is pacing at the door, going, Corey! She sits down.
Oh. I wanna like find out
Saddest
who.
cat story
like,
ever.
Yeah. I wanna find out who did this. Like, did you see anybody coming in through the window last night? Or do you see anybody outside? Like when you were sitting at your window looking at the outside world?
Her ears flip back, and she's just like, I know that something happened because Corey heard a strange noise, and then she kept me up here. But I didn't think anyone would hurt her. All the humans that come in are really nice. She did have a new human over. He was a male. They seemed to like each other. I think they were mates.
How long?
Can cats tell time?
Do you smell him?
He hasn't been around for the past 2 days. But there was another male here. I don't know. I don't recognize it, but I can tell it was a male. Oh.
So somebody that you don't recognize is here or has been here? That wasn't one of them?
I'm not familiar with the smell. It smells vaguely familiar, like maybe he's been around, but I don't think he's been inside the house before.
So did you see anybody last night at all?
I did see. It was a male, and I think he was tall. But humans look kind of the same, and the ones with pointy ears kind of look the same.
Yeah. Oh. So you didn't see anything else?
No, I was in my room. I was in our room. She sniffs the air. She's like, "You smell funny for a cat."
Technically, I'm not a cat.
She looks at you confused. Like, her cat mind cannot comprehend this.
I'm a half-elf, like Corey was. But I can turn into a cat.
1,000-yard stare. I always thought of Corey as a cat. But she never liked the rats I brought her.
I don't understand. I'm bringing you all these gifts.
Sometimes we don't appreciate when you bring live moths home.
Or bring your rat upstairs to play with.
Please don't bring a live rat home.
Well, I don't want to stay here. But
Do you want to come with me? I have friends who...
I don't really want to be alone, so yeah, I'd like that.
Okay. No, please. Come on.
So,
Alright.
the two of you escape through the window as cats.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll say you put her over outside. We'll jump to you two. You two are just standing around, and you see the neighbor that lives to the right. She comes out, and
a different neighbor than the guy.
Yeah,
They're gone.
yeah.
Oh,
The neighbor
my
is
God.
the neighbor that Kenna saw, that Luna saw, was to the left.
Okay.
And so you see the other neighbor, and she comes out and starts to lock her door, and she's sniffling and starts to walk northward.
I mean, at this point, we don't know anything about the neighbor.
Yeah.
So I don't
What does
know.
she look like? Do we do roll to check?
You can describe her. She
Okay.
is about she's a teenager, but she is a dwarf. Other than that, you can describe her.
Okay. Red hair. Pretty dress.
Okay.
Okay. And do they have beards?
We'll say that female dwarves can have
Stubble, I think. I think I
Fine,
remember you described
sideburns?
stubble.
sideburns. So you can do a
Sideburns.
little bit of sideburn. Yeah.
Okay. Can they have bows in their sideburns?
Yes.
She has bows in her sideburns. So she's very she has a feminine sense of humor, sense of fashion there, and my intuition wants to assume that maybe she might work that she would know some information about the elf that was
believe
murdered.
Well, you don't know until you ask her.
I know, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I want to say Tori knows about this too. Yeah.
Yes, you are still outside with them.
Okay.
You just don't see anything.
I'm just confused, sorry.
Sorry, I just was thinking that. Yeah,
So
you
they-
also see this person.
okay, yeah, Trina's
Sorry.
in this too.
What happened?
Sorry.
All right. So bleeding heart Campy decides to. I tried.
Bleeding heart counting.
Okay, it's not the imagery I was going for. But she sees the dwarven teenager go away sniffling, and I want to go and try and comfort her. So I
Okay.
try to flag her down. Excuse me, are you okay?
She looks up and she has these hazel eyes, red and puffy. She's just like,
Oh,
sorry. I just,
were you close with what happened next door? Were you close with her?
yeah, I knew Corey. She and I were really close friends.
Oh, I'm so
She
sorry.
was like a big sister to me. And
Oh,
I can't believe she's gone.
would it be all right if I gave you a hug?
Sure.
Okay, we'll give you a hug. I try to be big sister
Roll,
hug there.
what is it?
Roll for hug.
Charisma? Something charisma.
Is that what it is?
There. I don't know, I just think it'd be funny if like, you hugged her and it just wasn't helpful at all.
Oh my hope.
Yeah.
Make a
praying.
strength check!
I got a 13 plus 1's 14.
It seems to help her a little bit.
Okay.
She's just like, thank you.
It's not
It's
so
nice
long.
to know there's still nice people around.
I'm so sorry for what happened. Do you need any help? Do you want any sort of support? I saw you run off there. I just want to make sure that you were okay.
Well, I'm alright.
Yeah.
I just gotta go to work and
Do you work far?
I do deliveries around here, you know.
Oh, I
There's
see.
a lot of warehouses and a lot of people that just need messages sent around. That's what I do.
I see.
Right now, I really want to find out who took Corey away from us. She like clenches her little hanky in her
Well,
hand.
you're in luck. We're detectives.
As you can tell, she has a pipe. So we are detectives.